On Christmas Day, 1830, the first scheduled passenger train in America rumbled out of Charleston, South Carolina, at the amazing speed of 20 miles per hour. It was a humble beginning, but by the 1840s, Daniel Webster felt comfortable making this remarkable statement: "The railroad towers above all other inventions in this or the preceding age." For more than 100 years, steam trains carried more people and carried them faster than any other type of public transportation. Railroads played a vital role in the American Civil War, a vital role in westward migration, and for many years, around the turn of the century, they were by far the biggest commodity on the New York Stock Exchange. Even though railroad tracks needed to be fairly level and fairly straight, railroads went everywhere. Across deserts, over rivers, and through mountains, railroads went everywhere. By the late 1800s, there was a network of rails crisscrossing the nation as railroads went everywhere. Straight across, up and over, down and under. For more than 100 years, steam railroads went everywhere, carrying more people and carrying them faster than any other type of public transportation. As time passed, steam trains got bigger and faster, even luxurious. Some passenger trains, like the 20th Century Limited and the Broadway Limited, became famous as name trains. Other trains, of course, had names, and most of them were beautiful and alluring names. The Yankee Clipper, the Lone Star, and the Empire Builder. The Iroquois, the Chief, the Hiawatha, and the Apache. The Diplomat, the Aristocrat, and the Buffalo Bill. The Green Mountain Flyer, the Bar Harbor Express, and the Orange Blossom Special. During World War I, railroads did extra duty, then coasted through the 1920s. The 1930s, however, were a time of peaks and valleys. By the 30s, mass-produced automobiles and paved roads were putting a big dent in passenger train revenues. At the same time, the Great Depression was forcing a lot of railroads to declare bankruptcy. Then in 1934, during the depths of the Depression, a brand new train set revolutionized passenger service in America. Diesel-powered streamliners, sleek, trim, colorful, and fast. This distinctive styling was called streamlining. It was an instant success, both popular with the public and a triumph of form and function. Meeting competition head-on, steam engines covered up their pipes and protrusions and took on the streamlined look. But diesels required less maintenance and no water stops. The last steam engine was built in 1949. After a big surge in ridership during World War II, ticket sales went into a slow but steady decline. Yet, even in the late 1950s, the beautiful trains with the alluring names were still running. The Royal Blue, the Black Diamond, and the Southern Belle. The Super Chief, the Golden State, and the California Zephyr. The Bluebird, the Spirit of St. Louis, and the Portland Rose. In the early 1960s, however, passenger trains were hit by two sledgehammer blows. The first blow was the jet airplane, coast to coast in 6 hours. By train, the same distance took 3 days. The second blow was the 4-lane interstate. Construction began in the mid-1950s, and by the mid-60s, cars could bypass small towns and big cities. Passenger trains could not compete. For a century and a half, they had carried more people than any other type of public transportation. But those days were gone, and they would never come again. Once upon a time, it was bright, shiny, and new, and it was fast. When first introduced, it was a sensation, and for 30 years, it had done its job well. But by the late 1960s, it had become obsolete. And so, too, would passenger trains in America if something radical wasn't done, and done soon. On May 1st, 1971, Amtrak, under the auspices of the federal government, took over all but a few isolated passenger routes. Passenger routes retained by Amtrak totaled about 21,000 miles. 21,000 miles compared to the 150,000 miles of track used by passenger trains in 1950. In 21 years, a decrease of more than 125,000 miles. Saddled with old equipment and underfunded, Amtrak got off to a shaky start. A quick demise was predicted, but ridership on most trains remained steady, and some routes had unexpected increases. Over the years, in accordion-like fashion, routes have been dropped and added, removed and restored. New equipment and new technology have made Amtrak much more competitive, and in many places a welcome alternative to congested airports and overcrowded highways. However, for Amtrak, there is still no clear track ahead. Battling freight trains for the right-of-way, fighting Congress for adequate funding, and under the constant threat of total elimination, Amtrak's future is, at best, an uneasy one. Refusing to let the glories of the past die, tourist railroads and train museums began popping up everywhere. Part education and part entertainment, they are dedicated to both preserving and promoting the story of railroading in America. the Durango and Silverton, one of several Colorado narrow-gauge railroads that are enriching the present by preserving the past. Tracks reached Silverton in 1881, and the line has been in continuous service ever since. Through valley and canyon, there are 46 miles of breathtaking scenery as the train twists along the Rio de las Animas, the River of Lost Souls. It's a year-round operation. However, during winter months, the route is shortened by a third because of deep snow and the threat of avalanches at higher elevations. Along with tourist trains and museums, each year there are dozens of rail excursions and special events. Rail fare. It's an exquisite blend of old and new, celebrating the anniversary of the California State Railroad Museum. Located in Sacramento, California, this museum is one of America's most elaborate train museums. With more than 160 chapters and over 21,000 members, the National Railway Historical Society is the largest of all railfan organizations. Their yearly national convention attracts hundreds of rail enthusiasts from all over the United States and beyond. And their varied programs are highlighted with plenty of special excursions and lots of run-bys. Another type of revival, the dinner train. For some, it's a whole new experience. For others, it's a nostalgic trip into the past. Offerings range from five-course dinners to casual picnic lunches. And some trains even include musical cabarets or murder mystery specials. With a rousing send-off, a vintage circus train makes its annual pilgrimage from Baraboo to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey, the circus train has both past and present, as they still move their circus by train. The Rocky Mountains, backbone of the continent. The city of Denver, state capital of Colorado. On weekends, from December to May, the ski train makes round trips to the ski slopes at Winter Park. Ski bum or not, it's a great ride, with 29 tunnels and 60 miles of spectacular mountain scenery. For those who love to ride trains, the ride is much more than transportation. A century ago, author Henry James observed that the railroad always held out the promise of being something more than its mere physical self. Compared to other types of public transportation, trains are a lot more personal. And like cars, they have names. Airplanes and highways have numbers. Trains have numbers too. Ah, but trains have names. Beautiful and alluring names. The Empire Builder, the Niagara Rainbow, and the Coast Starlight, the Texas Eagle, the Broadway Limited, and the Adirondack, the Silver Star, the Sunset Limited, and the Southwest Chief, the City of New Orleans, the California Zephyr, and the Yankee Clipper, the Cardinal, the Crescent, and the Desert Wind.
Here they come, clickety-clack down the track. It's lots and lots of trains. Two of the greatest train videos we've ever offered. And now through this special TV offer, you get 2 videos for the price of 1. You'll get big trains, little trains, steam trains, diesel freight and passenger trains, even trains that blow through snow, old trains, new trains, fast trains, slow trains, smoking trains, even trains from around the world, plus toy trains, trolley trains, and much, much more when you order lots and lots of trains. Hear the whistle blow, feel the heat, smell the smoke as these titans of the tracks thunder on by. You'll love lots and lots of trains. And remember, this spectacular 2-tape set is not available in stores. So hop on board and get 2 great tapes for 1 great price. Get lots and lots of trains.
Order now, get a free bonus CD of sing-along train songs. Call 1-888-300-3455. Offer not available in stores, satisfaction guaranteed. Get 2 DVDs plus the free CD. Call 1-888-300-3455.
Train leaving for Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga. Everyone, have your tickets ready, please, because here they come. Clickety-clack down the track, it's lots and lots of toy trains.
down the track. Houses, farms, and little toy shacks. Little puffs of smoke coming out the stack. Hear those cars going clickety-clack. Lots of little toy trains. Some old things just never change, like lots and lots of little toy trains. Through the tunnel and down the line, past the station and the railroad sign, over the hills and through the pines, here she comes right on time. Lots of little toy trains. Some old things just never change, like lots and lots of little toy trains. Slow. Little trains high and little trains low. Hear that little train whistle blow. Watch 'em come and watch 'em go. Lots of little toy trains. Some old things just never change, like lots and lots of little toy trains. Some old things just never change, like lots and lots of little